What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. Before I begin, I want to say thank you so much to each and every single one of you, my friends, family, neighbors, YouTube subscribers, supporters, eBay customers, everybody across the board. You are just amazing human beings. I really appreciate the continued support as the channel has grown and continues to grow, thanks to all of you. So, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see and you enjoy the content, do me a huge favor, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to receive notifications, smash that like button and comment in the comments section below. Also, I have an eBay store called the Carolina Collector 001. The link is in the description box of every video, short and live stream that I do here on YouTube. I also have a coffee link in the description box of every video live and short that I do here on YouTube. If you feel like making a donation to the channel, it's greatly appreciated. But all around, just thank you for checking out my videos and supporting the channel. So, I thought this would be an interesting topic to talk about because after I acquired my Missing Link Ultra Magnus, which I'm not bashing it in any way, it just really didn't do it for me because of the nature of the build. You know, I understand that the engineering behind Ultra Magnus, along with the other Missing Link figures, was to take some of the old school characters and some of the old school toys that I grew up with in a Transformers line and articulate them and get them to move. You know, a lot of modern day collectors, they love posability. They like to pose their figures up on shelves and that kind of stuff. You know, I'm a shelf collector. Every Transformers toy I get ends up on a shelf eventually, or right here at my work desk, as a matter of fact. So, but, you know, I'm beginning to notice this trend that I think Missing Link may burn itself out faster than any of us will probably anticipate or expect. And I have two examples right in front of me. So, I'm just going to show you a few of the figures that I have, and then I'll really dive into this. So here is my Missing Link Optimus Prime C01. He was the first. And what this guy can do, the pose, his arms, he can move his arms up and down, left and right, he can kick, he can do a split, he can do all this crazy stuff, man. This goes far beyond what I grew up with as a kid. I never had an Optimus Prime, unfortunately. I did have Ultra Magnus, but I did not have an Optimus Prime, and to have an Optimus Prime like this as an adult is absolutely incredible. And here's his CO2 counterpart right here, the Takara Tomy Missing Link Prime. Fantastic Prime as well. And the things that you can get these Primes to do, posing-wise, is just remarkable. Right here in front of me, I have the 40th anniversary Optimus Prime from Walmart. And he's basically a almost perfect copy of the original G1 Prime that we got as kids back in the 80s. The only difference is he's cartoon color corrected, as you can see, with the really light bright gray grille. He's got the white bumper, he's got the white thighs, gray toes. He's supposed to emulate the cartoon version of this guy, but he's a brick. Right back to the old school. And you see, that is one of the symptoms of having an old school Optimus Prime. Well, even though this one is not old school, he behaves like an old school Optimus Prime. You touch his legs, he's going to fold up into, you know, basically this, you know, so, but he is, you know, a G1 Prime that harkens back to my childhood and probably your childhoods as well. He's a great Prime in and of himself. Obviously, the fists don't fold in like the Missing Link ones do, but still, it's a novel Prime. And then we get into the 40th anniversary Soundwave, and this is all going to be relevant in a little bit. This guy is absolutely fantastic. I did add a bigger and brighter sticker on his chest because I like the Decepticon symbols to stick out on my figures, and I really love the way that looks on Soundwave's chest. Now, just like with that Optimus I showed you, this is color corrected to be tune accurate. The only difference is that, you know, his legs go in the wrong direction. That's only because of the transformation. And then Hasbro pulled a fast one on us and came out with this guy, Studio Series 86 Soundwave. Arguably one of the best Soundwaves that we've ever got. I absolutely love this figure. And I'm actually tied, you know, with myself as to which Soundwave I like better. They're equally awesome because both of them are supposed to be based on their cartoon counterparts. And then last but not least, I have Studio Series 86 Grimlock right here, which I've upgraded with 2 upgrade kits. And this guy is just incredible. As I've mentioned in one of my videos, and I think I even talked about this in a YouTube short, I've actually had to repair his right arm right here, and he's doing quite well, but this is a great Grimlock. Now that I've said all that, why are we getting two brand new Missing Link Grimlocks? One is supposed to be cartoon accurate or anime accurate, as they call it in Japan. And then the other one's supposed to emulate the toys for which we grew up with as kids in the 80s. And they're doing that with Soundwave as well. There are two new Soundwaves coming out from Takara Tomy. One is supposed to be 1980s toy accurate, and then you have the anime version, and each individual Soundwave will have different cassettes. One is supposed to be the Cybertronian version of Laserbeak, and the other one is supposed to have a drone from one of the episodes. Which begs the question now, do you really need those figures? And why would they come out with those specific figures? To me, it's like a great experiment. I'm not saying I hate my Missing Link Ultra Magnus, but I just didn't get the nostalgia buzz I thought I was going to get. I got more of a nostalgia buzz out of these two guys than I would probably with Missing Link Grimlock or Missing Link Soundwave. And it's the same feeling I get with Ultra Magnus. It's kind of like, it's lukewarm at best. You know, I'm not bashing the toy itself. It's a great toy. Ultra Magnus's arms move up and down. They go backwards and forwards. You can move his head. He's got the Matrix. And his legs do spread open a little bit, but it's a finicky figure. It's very finicky. And we're talking about over $200 to get that figure. Now I know they came out with Delta Magnus recently, which is the Takara version of Ultra Magnus, what have you, which in turn was supposed to be a mech suit for Optimus Prime, or Convoy as they call him in Japan. But with certain figures, I think it's too little too late, especially with these two guys. I mean, here's Studio Series Soundwave again, and here's my Studio Series Grimlock. Why would I feel the need to go out of my way for a nostalgia buzz just to get a reissue of an older toy that most of us had as kids, just for the gimmicks, when we already have vastly superior versions of their characters right here? It's a tough question, folks. I guess it's the beauty is in the eye of the beholder with this one. I mean, every collector is going to do his or her thing. That's just the nature of the hobby. Just like with anything else in this world, you know, you pick and choose what's best for you. I'm not the end-all, be-all of Transformers collecting, but to me, it just seems a little overkill with some of these figures. You know, they should really keep the Missing Link line for those figures that had almost no articulation. Obviously, probably the biggest offender out of all of them is Rodimus Prime from G1. It's just a brick with arms that move. The legs don't bend. The head doesn't articulate. It just folds in and out. The chest, it's got a very simple transformation. I used to have one as a kid, where the chest just folds up. You fold in his head. You push his arms in, slap him into his Winnebago. Boom, Rodimus Prime vehicle. You know, they should, you know, go back to the drawing board and go back to figures like that. Like right off the bat, I'm thinking about Cup. I'm thinking about Blur. The OG Galvatron, technically, even though you can theoretically move him and all that kind of stuff. But you want to go after the bricks in the collection. You know, go after this, go after Scourge or the original Seekers. The Jets would be a great example. And of course, you know, I have to say it, folks, the Walther P-38. The beautiful, c'est magnifique original Megatron. What they're going to do with that, if they do that, man, I think collectors will lose our collective shit if they released a Missing Link Megatron. I'd definitely be on the line for that. But I think with certain figures, if they're going to keep going this route, like when they released RC, that was a great figure. We never got that as a kid. Fantastic figure in the line. I do have up on my shelf there the toy versions of Cliffjumper and Bumblebee. Again, the aforementioned Ultra Magnus I reviewed on the channel. And I do have CO1 and CO2 Prime sitting right there. But, you know, when it comes to certain figures, is it a real necessity to go after Grimlock? Is it a necessity to go after these new Soundwaves they're coming out with? To me, I think it's just overkill. I don't want to call it a cash grab. I'm kind of teetering on saying that. But the simple fact of the matter is that they just came out with this. Unless you are a Soundwave fan and or a G1 and or a Missing Link completionist, you kind of have to go out of your way to get a Missing Link Soundwave. Again, this is the 40th anniversary version of Soundwave. And this is what the new version, the toy version, is supposed to look like. No, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. It's supposed to be what the anime, the cartoon version is supposed to look like, minus the bells and whistles. Forgive me for that, folks. Again, I don't script my videos, so. But he looks just like the Missing Link one. The only thing is, again, he doesn't have the bells and whistles. You got a brand new Ravage, and you got a brand new Laserbeak with him that are a little bit more cartoon accurate as far as the colors are concerned. And to now put out these two new Soundwaves, I think it's too little too late. Because if you're in possession of one of these, and especially if you have one of these, do you really need to go get these Soundwaves? What if you have Grimlock here, Studio Series Grimlock? Man, the resale value on these guys is insane in box. Even loose, they're going for insane prices. You know, thank God I got mine when it was released. And having the upgrade kit just vastly improves this figure, guys. If you got a Studio Series 86 Grimlock, go out of your way to get the upgrade kits. The gap fillers on the arms are amazing. You got gap fillers on the feet. He's got the clear chest now. He's got, you know, teeth in his mouth in his dino mode, as you can probably see if I were to open this up right there. He's got bottom teeth now. It's just, he's got new dino arms that are posable, which is cool. I mean, why would I want to go out of my way and get a Missing Link when I have probably and arguably the best Grimlock out there? I guess it's just up to the individual what you guys want to do. Again, I am not the end-all, be-all of Transformers collecting. I'm just offering my opinions based on what I have in front of me and what I've seen floating around out there. But if you have figures like this, is it really worth going out of the way to get a new Soundwave if you have this one already? In particular, this one, the Studio Series one. Or if you happen to have the Walmart exclusive, which looks just like the Missing Link, the cartoon version. The only difference is that he doesn't have the posability that one does. But you get a Laserbeak and Ravage with it. The only difference, really, I think what's going to make fans clamor for both of those Soundwaves, obviously, is, again, one comes with a drone, the other one comes with the Cybertronian version, a Laserbeak. And unfortunately, I think it's going to anger a lot of fans, because if you have Soundwave in your collection, in particular Studio Series, why are you going to go out of your way for a Missing Link Soundwave? If you have a Studio Series 86 Grimlock, why are you going to go out of your way for a Missing Link Grimlock? I think Takara Tomy and Hasbro really need to pick and choose which figures they're releasing. I would love to see even Hot Rod, Rodimus Prime, Megatron, the Seekers, you know, including the Coneheads. Those are figures I would really like to see redone in Missing Link. But with these other figures, I really don't think it's absolutely a necessity to get these. I think Hasbro, Takara, and Tomy, I think maybe dropping the ball here a little bit. With superior Transformers, I'm really not compelled to get those Missing Link figures. When it came to Optimus Prime, you had to get these. If you're a Transformers nut, you had to get an old school G1 Optimus Prime that can do this. Yeah, his proportions are a little wonky, but so is the original toy. I mean, again, I got the Walmart exclusive Prime right here, and you see he's an old school brick. I wish they integrated the colors from this guy and turned it into a Missing Link. But who knows, it might end up being a Target exclusive, and look how far look how bad that turned out with Starscream and Hot Rod, excuse me, and the controversy that's still going on with that. But I just think that maybe Takara, Tomy, and Hasbro should be just a little bit more selective about some of these Missing Link figures that they're putting out, because I think it's going to be overkill. I mean, what they did with Bumblebee and Cliffjumper is amazing. RC, she's in a whole category by herself. Beautiful action figure, just a great figure. We never got them as 80s kids. It'd be cool, like if you had a little sister or something like that, or a female friend you had a little boy crush on. You know what I mean? She could play with RC. But on that note, I really think that Takara Tomy and Hasbro really need to sit down and discuss this in great detail, because I think it's just going to be too much product out there. I mean, it's good to have a lot of variety, but again, you know, when you're looking at action figures like this, these are just absolutely incredible. Why would I want to go out of my way for a missing Link version of these guys when I got two perfectly fantastic figures right here? So, again, I'm not trying to tell people what to do. You know, it's just my opinions and observations. You do what you want with your money. You do what you want with your collections. I'm not the end-all, be-all of this hobby. But It's up to you. I think they're maybe going a little too hard on the Missing Link stuff. If they're going to come out with action figures, release a Rodimus Prime or a Hot Rod, Megatron, the Seekers, the bricks. You know, go for the bricks in these collections. Imagine if they did an Omega Supreme like that. Wow. Or a Devastator, if they re-engineered a G1 Devastator to move and be articulated like that, or the Aerial Bots, or any of the combiners from back then. That would be absolutely fantastic. But we'll see what happens. I still have my Ironhide. I will be ordering for a Ratchet sooner than later, because if you got one, you got to have the other. Up on my shelf there, I have two Studio Series. Well, actually, I have Ironhide and I have Ratchet up there as far as Studio Series 86 figures are concerned. But I just think it's a little bit of an overreach at this point. I think they should be just a little bit more selective with the characters that they're picking and choosing. That's all I'm saying. Otherwise, do what you want. If you're a completionist, if you're a Soundwave fan, or you're a Grimlock fan, have at it, man. Have a good time with it. But for me, I just think it's too much going on with Missing Link already at this point. Releasing 2 different versions of RC I thought was awesome. Releasing 2 different G1 Primes I thought was great. Delta Magnus and now Ultra Magnus. Though I found the figure to be a little finicky and maybe a little fragile for its own good. I picked it up anyway because I had an original as a kid. You wouldn't be lost if you decided to, and I don't think anybody would shame you or put you down if you actually went out of your way to get an original or a reissue of Ultra Magnus. But again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Whatever's in your wallet, it's your money, your collection, do what you want. But for me, I'm going to sit these 2 figures out. I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. Take care, everybody.